I just want to share a little bit about Chrislyn. I've known Chrislyn now for about 4 months. 4 months, 4 years. Oh, what's wrong with me? I've known her now for about 4 years, and we've spent quite a few occasions in Mexico in person at James McNeil's retreat. Chrislyn she loves to be called Chrissy, but she is so, I mean, she travels from the Bahamas to come out to Mexico. She came to our retreats in Niagara Falls from the Bahamas. So she's not afraid of travel and for also learning. And that's the whole key is learning and community. So Chrissy, I look forward to your message. But before I bring you up, let me say a little bit about what you do. Chrislyn is her topic is mastering mindsets and connection. She has created the REACT framework for personal and professional transformation. And she's going to tell you more about what REACT means. Kristen is a seasoned and certified HR professional with over 25 years of experience. As a Dream Life coach and an Amazon #1 bestseller, she has developed the REACT framework to help individuals achieve personal growth and transformation. Chrislyn, I'm excited to hear you share about your program because I know it's already changing lives. So let's bring to the stage Chrislyn Benjamin.
Thank you all, Olga and Diane. Can you hear me?
All good.
Good. Okay. So thank you for this opportunity. My topic today is focusing on mastering mindsets and connection. Your mindset is a choice. How you think determines what happens in your life. I thank you once again for being here. I know you could have been doing a million other things right now, like scrolling through social media, checking your emails, or binge watching your favorite TV show. But hey, you're here. So give yourself a round of applause for choosing growth over that one last episode. If you're here, it means you're ready for more. You're ready for growth. And I'm here to give you the tools to make it happen. We're talking mindset. We're talking connection. And we're talking transformation through my REACT framework. So before you jump in, let me ask you, what kind of energy are you bringing into the session today? Drop one word in the chat that captures how you're feeling right now. It could be excited, it could be curious, ready to go, or a little nervous. It's all welcome here. Okay, I can see some responses. Okay. Positive energy, Mother Miranda, I love that. I love hearing about positive energy. Good vibes, positive energy again. Grateful, ready to go, ready to learn, grateful, supportive. Thank you, Doreen. Thank you for being here for me. So studies have shown that 92% of people who set goals fail to achieve them. Can you believe that? 92% of persons who set goals fail to achieve them. When we think about every new year, persons make goals. In January, they're all excited about their goals and they move forward with them. By the time it's March, they all seem to have dwindled. 34% of people with a growth mindset are more likely to reach their goals. This is according to Mindset, the New Psychology of Success by Carol Dweck. You see, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. Do we believe that? What we think, we become. I've experienced firsthand the power of mindset and connection, especially when I face challenging health issues with TIAs that left me unable to use my right side. It was only because of my mindset that pulled me through. Because of the mindset that I had, I didn't let anything hold me back. I made up my mind from that time that I am going to make it. I am a right-handed person, so it was very difficult. And I was doing classes at that time to actually, be able to write. But somehow the power or something that was so deep inside me enabled me to use my left hand. Now, ask me to do that today, I can't. But it shows that the power within you and your mindset makes a whole lot of difference. So that helped me to create the REACT framework. And it's a mindset combined with meaningful connections that will help you achieve transformation in your life. Now, here's where I want to introduce the idea of Sonder. Sonder, like Sonder, wonder, Sonder. Sonder reminds us that every person you meet has a story as complex and layered as your own. Understanding this strengthens your connection to others, which is key for both personal and professional success. If we walk into an airport and you see lots of people milling around, all of them have their own stresses to deal with. But sometimes we assume that people are in the same frame of mind as we are. If we are happy, we assume that persons are happy. But we always have to take into consideration before we do anything what might be going through the mind or the minds of those other persons. So that brings me to the REACT framework. I will do it in a couple of stages. This is basically an overview. And the REACT framework is R for reflection. You see, reflection is like looking in the mirror, except this time you're not just checking to see if your hair is out of place. You're checking if your life is out of place. And don't worry, bad hair days are fixable, and so is your mindset. The power of pausing to evaluate where you are and what you want to achieve. And the Sonder brings awareness that others lead complex lives as well. Engagement. Engagement is just not about nodding along during meetings or pretending you're paying attention while actually you're thinking about lunch. It's about fully showing up because, let's be honest, your potential deserves more attention than your laugh Instagram, or Facebook post. Being active in your journey rather than passive. Sonder deepens empathy, making interactions more meaningful and intentional. Action. Action is where the magic happens. It's like that moment when you finally decide to hit the gym. It's 90% getting up from the couch and 10% realizing you should have stretched first. You have to take small, intentional steps to create change. Full effort from day one leads to perfection. Let's perfection get in the way. Sonder rooted in the awareness of positive ripples. So when we think about how other people are thinking or feeling or empathizing with them, that has a positive ripple effect. And we come to clarity. Clarity is like wearing glasses for the first time and realizing those blurry blobs you have been looking at were actually trees and people and not just abstract art from a distance. Gaining insight and focus from those actions adds depth to personal clarity by acknowledging that one's journey is interconnected with others. And we come to transformation. When we think about transformation, transformation is like a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. Think of that transformation from that caterpillar to becoming a butterfly. And once you become a butterfly, you know you can fly. You have your wings there to just go, to just move. Except the caterpillar doesn't get stuck halfway because it's too busy checking the email or binge watching TV or videos. No, it's all in or nothing. And that's how we have to be, all in or nothing in order to reach that transformation, which is the journey. The culmination of the process where change is realized, not only individual, but is collective. When we realize the interconnectedness in the nature of our stories, all of us have different stories. We may say them different ways, different things happen to people, but we are all interconnected in some way. I want you to pause and think of for a minute which one of the 5 steps resonates with you most right now. I see Diane put in the chat action, yes, because without action, nothing happens. We have to take action. We could sit there and think for however long about things, but if we don't get up and do it, nothing happens. Action. I love that, Diane. For me, I will say Sonder, even though it's not one of the terms used in React, Sonder, it always reminds me that we have to be empathetic towards other people. Sonda makes that connection with the React framework. We are all interconnected some way. Thank you, Sandra, for sharing. Interconnected as well. Insight and focus. Transform. Shirley said transform is her choice. Yes, transformation is the choice that we will all want to get to be able to transform from where we are now to something that's beautiful, positive, and to be, and to share with others. Our mother Miranda says the tea resonates with her as I love to start with the end in mind. So true. We all need to start with the end in mind, and then we can get. So thank you all for your share. And like I said earlier, Sonda reminds us that everyone has a complex life story. It's like when you are driving that car, as you and a car like cuts you off, and you're like, what is this person's problem? But then you realize maybe they're not just a terrible driver. Maybe they're late for their own Ascend Your Path talk on how not to drive like a maniac. We all want transformation, but let's be honest. Sometimes personal growth feels like deciding to order, that salad when you go to a restaurant, when you know what you really wanted was fries. You're like, I'm not doing the right thing. While your inner self is like, but fries is what I really want. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight unless you're like my dog, who seems to learn new tricks every time I turn around. For the rest of us, it's a journey. But with React, you're just not reacting to life anymore. You're responding, engaging, and most importantly, growing. And listen, if you mess up along the way, just remember, even caterpillars have to go through mushing web stage before they become butterflies. If you don't remember anything else, remember the analogy of the caterpillar. Goes through that stage, and then at the end of the day, able to spread their wings and fly. Okay. Now let's take that deep dive into React from a personal transformation. We go back to reflection. I want you to take about 30 seconds to think of a recent challenge that you would have faced. I want you to think, what did it reveal to you about your mindset? And what can you learn from it? I want you to put in the chat, or Aldo or Diane, if possible, if persons, you can open the mic and persons can possibly share. when they think about reflection? Something that, a challenge that they had recently.
Okay. So I know Olga is gonna ask the yes. So great. So Dr. Karen put her hand up. So if anyone wants to say something, raise your hand. Good. So we have Dr. Karen. Go, Dr. Karen.
Hi. Some of you know I have an elderly mother. She's 98, and I spend a lot of time with her. I don't live with her, but I'm the one who goes to visit her the most. And very recently, her only living brother died, who was younger than her, and I felt bad and wanted to comfort her in the way I wanted to, which was to go to her, but she didn't want me there. She wanted to do it in her own way. And I felt a little rejected from it, but I had to reflect on it and realize not everybody maybe wants to be with somebody when they're grieving, or, like not everybody's going to be like me and want to talk about something or whatever. So I had to like figure out a different way to show my caring that wasn't my typical behaviors.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, Dr. Karen. And I think that's important, and that brings back to the word Sonda. We have to respect and understand other persons, okay? What they are going through, and not assume because we think that that's the right thing to do is what they may want to happen. So respect is really important. And like I said, it comes about with Sonda, always remind us that we have to think about what other people are going through.
So Chrislyn, I had one share that I wanted to, if I could intercede.
Yeah.
We had a post we did recently on Facebook, and the post said, "Today you could be standing next to someone who is trying their best not to fall apart. So whatever you do today, do it with kindness in your heart." And sometimes life could be challenging, because I had my challenge early this morning. So sometimes my younger sister could be quite challenging to deal with at times. So going back to saying, when you said we don't know what the other person is going through, I had to reframe that challenge to say she is who she is, and I'm just gonna go with love and just bring love into the situation. So yes, um, these challenges, sometimes we have to bring love into the situation. And I saw Sandra Smith had her hand up, so I don't know if she has a quick laser share.
Yeah,
Yes, my quick laser share was the challenge that I had was I was looking on the computer, downloading information, thought I'd lost all the photos, and I needed to breathe. I needed to ground myself, and I needed to then refocus. Hadn't lost it, but all of the crazy was going on in my head. I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do that. But it is that breathing and staying focused.
thank you, Sandra, for sharing. And I agree. All of us have our changes, our trials. I personally can say I had some challenges at work um, this week. And, at one point I was tempted to actually call and say to Diana, no, I can't do it today. My mind is so unsettled, but that's where mindset takes over. And like, I have to share no matter what. That's the power that's within me. That's something that inside that is so strong that I wanted to share my message of react. And so looking at me, it may seem like everything is fine. Yes, we have to understand other people have experiencing some things, but that's where empathy comes in. Okay. So thank you, Sandra and Diane, both for sharing. And I think this will really resonate with all of us. You know, the power of mindset and asunder what we need to do in order to always remember other persons, to always remember how other persons are feeling and how other persons are, thinking what they're going through. And so we now come to, we had talked about the reflection, the engagement, and it comes back to action again. Action. The kind of action, I think it was Dr. Karen took, the action, it was an action. No matter what we do, we take some type of action. And I think she did the best thing to, step back. She talked about it with the clarity. We have to gain clarity in what we are doing. Okay. And so that's why the ACT framework is so, so important.
So, Chrissy, I see we have Mother Miranda's hand up.
Oh, okay. I am having a little challenge with my computer. Okay, Mother Miranda, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, and thank you for the presentation that you're making. I want to just share a little
Okay.
and to say sorry to Diane for her mom's illness, and also to Dr. Karen, given the age of her mom at 98. And to say to both of you, well done to be real caregivers at this time. As some of you know, I am Mother Miranda and the Queen of Acceptance, working with seniors at this time. And I'd love the opportunity to talk with both ladies further, anybody else who would want that opportunity based on the research that I'm doing and the kind of understanding that we all need to have when it comes to the physiology of our older seniors and how it is about them and how they're feeling and how we need to grasp that understanding. And as Dr. Karen rightly said, I wanted to do it my way, but then I had to learn to make the adjustment, which is very, very excellent. But there is help there, and for those who really need support along the way, feel free to reach out to me. But thank you so much for doing the work you're doing for our elders and our seniors. Thank you.
Thank you, Mother Miranda. And now we go on to engagement from a personal perspective. Engagement is owning your process. It's not about waiting for change, but stepping into it. Think about one area in your life, personal or professional, where you can engage more actively. What is the next step you can take? I just want you to just take a minute. If you can share, if you want to, just think about what is the next step. And it could be, engagement could be for personal and professional purposes. It could be committing to daily self-reflection. It could be engaging more deeply with team members. Just one little action, okay, to enhance your engagement. And then we come to action. Action is the catalyst. No action means no progress. Even small steps move us closer to transformation, no matter how small that step is. I want you also to think about one small action that you can take this week. If you want to share, you can put it in the chat, or if you want to raise your hand and just say the one thing that you can take. You can begin. You can begin now. Any tiny action, but it has to be done consistently. It has to become a habit. Our small habits, whether good or bad, and in this case, we're looking for positive habits, leads to a big shift over time. It could be even writing in a journal. You may commit to, I'm going to do daily journals. Diane talked about kindness and love. Just one small thing, just one small act of kindness. Kindness in the sense that you're not just being kind to somebody you know. You can meet somebody on the street and just say one small word to them. I had the opportunity of having house guests last week. And then I got an email that said that, they felt special about something simple as in the bathroom, in the toilet. I had 2 books with daily readings. Not long, but they said that that was important to them. Just opening it up and reading and sharing. Reading, that made their day. So just anything that's small. Clarity. Dr. Karen mentioned clarity. When you take action, clarity emerges. The path becomes more visible, and you'll start to recognize what's truly important to you. And think about an example from your own journey. Perhaps a moment when, after taking action, the next step became clear. Transformation. Now, this is the exciting part. Transformation is what happens when you move through the steps of react. It's the moment when you realize just how much progress you've made mentally, emotionally, and in your external life. Would anybody be willing to share one personal transformation that they've experienced? Whether it's big or small.
Unmute.
Mother Miranda. So let's make it a laser share because they're kind of running out on time.
Okay.
Okay, so my share is in relation to leaving a small island of Jamaica to Canada, leaving 3 million citizens to, at the time, 39 million citizens, and moving into what is a multicultural setting country. So that took a little bit of adjustment for me, and especially as a more mature woman. It was a little bit difficult, but I had to make the adjustments, and I'm just wonderful now. But that was really a canyon between island and First Nation, First World, not First Nations. That's my share.
Thank you, Mother Miranda. And so I'm going to go quickly through the professional transformation with the REACT program. Reflection from a professional point of view is assessing your current job satisfaction, skills, and goals. Engagement actively seeking opportunities to grow. Example, mentoring, networking, pursuing further training. Action, settling clear, achievable, professional
I
goals.
put salvation as really.
And taking steps towards them. Clarity from a professional point of view is gaining insight into your career path and vision for the future. Transformation, experiencing breakthroughs, promotions, or simply a stronger sense of purpose and direction. I want to just share a story of Mary. Mary, from a professional point of view, Mary has been working in marketing for several years, feeling stuck and unmotivated. Her career wasn't progressing, and she felt disconnected from her work. After a series of rejections for promotions, she started to lose confidence in her abilities. Then Mary learned about React framework and decided to apply it to her career. She took time to reflect on her career journey, acknowledging her feelings of frustration and recognizing how her self-doubt had been holding her back. Mary also identified her true passions, creativity and leadership, which she hadn't fully explored in her current role. She then decided to re-engage with her colleagues and network, asking for feedback, learning from her peers, and seeking out mentors. She realized that she had isolated herself in her frustration, but by reconnecting with others, she started seeing new opportunities and perspectives. She then put a plan into action. Instead of waiting for the next promotion, she proactively proposed a new creative project to her manager, which showcased her leadership and marketing skills. This project, aligned with the company's goals, allowed her to demonstrate her value. As she took action, she gained clarity about her strengths and the type of work that energized her. She realized that her growth wasn't tied to titles, but to finding meaningful, challenging projects that allowed her to shine. Over time, her efforts paid off. Her project gained recognition, leading to a new leadership opportunity in her company. More than that, she experienced a personal transformation. She became more confident, resilient, and purposeful in her career. She no longer saw setbacks as failures, but as opportunities to pivot, learn, and grow. By, by applying the React framework, Mary went from feeling stuck and disengaged to thriving in her career, all by shifting her mindset, re-engaging with her network, and taking bold action. She turned her frustration into a powerful catalyst for personal growth. And so in your own time, I want you to take a moment to visualize your own transformation. Because of time, we won't go through that. But look at yourself. What does your life look like once you've gone through the React process? How would you feel? How do you feel? Think about what you've accomplished. I want each and every one of you to just take one concrete action this week. This journey doesn't end when we log off today. What's one action you'll take this week to engage with your process of transformation? In life, we are often faced with choices. We can either stay stuck or we can choose react in a way that moves us forward. React is more than an acronym. It's a mindset. a journey that takes you from where you are now to where you are meant to be. Each step of React has been crafted to help you break free from feeling stuck and move into a space of purpose and progress. Together, let's react positively, take ownership of our journey, and transform our mindset. For me, I have seen how React can change lives, mine and others. And I'm here to share with you. Are you ready for your next chapter? The next step is in your hands. Thank you.
Oh man. Okay. But thank you, Chrislyn. Yes, that everything lies within us. Okay, and Chrislyn, I thank you so much for such a wonderful presentation. So if anyone have any quick questions for Chrislyn, because we're running short on time, we can take two quick questions, or else we're gonna move on to the next phase. But I just wanted to mention something that Chrislyn mentioned. She says, without a plan, she said most plans, 92% of plans fail, which is our goals, which is a huge number. And but with in order to succeed, what I got out of this message today was it all starts in the mind. It's the mindset. It's having that mindset to say, even if my right arm can't move, my by using my the power of my mind, I could get it to work again. You know, excuse me, to say that life is a journey and we all have a story. So our story is just like that, the caterpillar. You know what I mean? I could just imagine that caterpillar looking up at the butterfly and saying, wow, look at that beautiful butterfly, not knowing that in due time that the caterpillar itself will bear wings and fly also. So we do have the power within ourselves to transform to who we are created to be. So, Kristen, I want to say thank you for a great presentation, and I'm excited to hear more about the React program. Does anyone want to add? Olga, you got something you want to add?
We have lots of thank yous in the chat.
Nice.
Your presentation really resonated with people. And they're ready to take action now.
Great, great, great.
So, Diane and Olga, what I will do, I do have a guide for persons to actually, some questions for them to answer. Not to send back to me, but to keep them focused. Okay, so I will share it with you so you can send. And I am available for three free coaching sessions. And I will send all of that information to you, Diane and Olga. And so I just thank you for ASU, AYP, sorry, for allowing me to present. I will also send the PowerPoint presentation as well with the guidelines to you.
Thank you. So we'll share that in the thank you email. Paul got his hand up. Hey, Paul.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It is amazing and so true what Krista said. It's amazing. 92% of people don't achieve their goals. You know how much is that? You work very hard, you want to achieve the goal. But then it goes with what everybody else is saying. Thomas Edison said 85% of the people don't think. So many other speakers say 98% of the people don't know what they want with clarity. Krista talks about clarity. But then Andrew Carnegie said, the Creator has given us control over our mind. All you need is know what you want. We all have the minds. We all have the mindset, as Krista said. We all can do it. Don't let 92% of the people fail their goals. We all can achieve the goals. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have Lily is saying, she says she will work to overcome procrastination. That's a big one. We sending prayers to you, Lily, and so that's a big one. And there's a lot of thank yous in the chat. So, Chrislyn, thank you so much for sharing, and I'm excited to hear more. And you have everything in the thank you email, so watch out for that.